It's time for six-figure trucking period number 25. Let's take a look at my compensation as a W-2 company driver. As always, first we're going to take a look at the logs for the week. I was paid for 1,442 dispatch miles. I had 1,369 logged miles. My utilization this week was 63%. The days in green, I was on home time. My unedited pay statement for period 25 of 2024. This includes all trips from June 9th to June 15th. First trip this week started my home in Shadydale, Georgia, and ended at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal. It had stops in Mascot, Tennessee, and Morristown, Tennessee. It paid $504 for 697 miles. The second trip this week started at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal, and ended at my home in Shadydale, Georgia. It paid $403 for 634 miles. The third trip this week started and ended at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal. It had a stop in Tip City, Ohio. It paid $62 for 111 miles. Empty miles paid $130, loaded miles paid $780, and stops paid $60. Total earnings this week was $969. We keep hearing across the industry that drivers are getting less miles and making less money. I'm one that believes in hard numbers rather than anecdotal information. Here's a comparison of my miles and compensations for the last few years. This looks at compensation through the week 25 of each year. 25 weeks into the year, my gross income is $51,838, and I've driven 66,704 miles. This averages out to $2,074 per week and 2,668 miles per week. Estimating that out over a year, I'm on track to earn $107,823 for 138,744 miles. Through week number 25, I have been loaded 92% of the miles and 13% have been hazmat placarded miles. This is a map of the miles per state year-to-date in which I have driven. No new states were added to the map this week. Here's the home time that I've taken this payroll year. This week I spent a lot of time at home. It's something I do more in the summer. I've been on home time 10 times this year, totaling 34.3 days. I've also had 13 paid 34-hour resets on the road. While I'm not paid hourly, let's calculate like an hourly job. For the week, my gross pay was $969 for 39 hours of work. If we break that down to typical hourly pay, it would be 39 regular hours, resulting in an effective pay rate of $25.09 per hour. Year to date, I've earned $51,838 for 1,342 hours worked. Out of these hours, 988 would be regular time, 354 would be overtime. If we calculate it weekly with overtime, the effective pay rate is $34.12 per hour. However, as straight time, it's $39.62 per hour. Now we're going to take a look at the if-only truck drivers were paid for every hour in the truck calculation page. 25 weeks have went by so far this year. That totals 4,200 hours. I have been home 823 of those hours. That works out to 3,377 hours from the pre-trip leaving home to the post-trip returning home. My compensation through week 25 is $51,838. That works out to $15.35 per hour away from home. And as always, make sure you're enjoying every day at work.